Danielle Colby, once known as the bold and fearless personality on the American Pickers reality show, has become almost unrecognizable in recent years after a life-altering condition took hold of her body and spirit. She was forced to confront challenges that few could imagine. What followed was a radical transformation that left both her appearance and mindset irrevocably changed. No longer defined by the role she played on screen, Danielle emerged as a woman reborn, her inner strength shining through in ways she never thought possible. Her physical transformation, however, was just the surface of a much deeper journey. But before she got to this point, what hardship and struggles did she face? From adversity to empowerment, the inspiring early life of Danielle Colby. Danielle Colby's rise to stardom was far from easy, and her journey was shaped by years of adversity, resilience, and the courage to break free from societal expectations. Born on December 3, 1975, in Davenport, Iowa, Danielle's early life was marked by financial instability and emotional hardship. Growing up in a working-class family, she was no stranger to the struggles that many children face in less than ideal circumstances. Money was tight, and the emotional atmosphere at home was often tense. But these challenges would forge in Danielle a fierce sense of self-reliance and determination. From a young age, Danielle learned the importance of resilience. The difficulties she faced growing up became the foundation upon which she built her character. Her family, grappling with personal issues, was far from perfect, and societal pressures to fit into traditional molds only compounded the tension. However, Danielle's spirit was indomitable. Rather than succumb to the expectations placed upon her, she pushed back, challenging the notion that she had to conform. Instead of allowing herself to be shaped by her environment, she decided to carve her own path, one that was as unconventional as it was bold. As she entered her teenage years, Danielle's rebellious streak became more apparent. She rejected the rigid boundaries of conventional femininity and social norms that seemed to limit women. The search for her own identity took her down a path where she discovered the empowering world of burlesque, body art, and alternative self-expression. These passions allowed her to embrace her true self unapologetically and without fear of judgment. The allure of burlesque, with its focus on confidence, sensuality, and self-expression, resonated deeply with Danielle, as did the world of tattoo artistry, which allowed her to further explore her body as a canvas for personal storytelling. Danielle's interest in these alternative forms of self-expression didn't just stop at a personal level. She became involved in the broader burlesque community, performing in various shows and soon becoming a prominent figure in the underground scene. Her passion for body art and burlesque became more than just hobbies, they were the catalysts for a journey of self-discovery that would define her for years to come. She was determined to prove that there was power in embracing one's true identity, no matter how unconventional that might seem. But it wasn't always an easy journey. After completing her studies, Danielle's early career took many twists and turns. She worked in various jobs, from waitressing to managing a roller skating rink, but none of these positions truly ignited her passions. Her heart and mind were consumed by the world of burlesque and tattoo artistry, and she knew that she had to pursue them more seriously. She poured her energy into developing a name for herself in the burlesque scene, working as both a performer and an organizer of events. It was during this time that she began to build a following, one that appreciated her unapologetic attitude and her commitment to body positivity and self-empowerment. However, in her relentless pursuit of personal growth and creative freedom, she often neglected her own health. The demands of her career and passion projects left little room for regular checkups or self-care, a decision that would later come back to haunt her. This neglect took a toll on her body, and when a shocking health diagnosis came her way, it forced Danielle to confront the reality of her physical limits. In the years that followed, this health scare became a catalyst for her transformation. It sparked a renewed sense of purpose and a deeper understanding of her body's needs. Yet it wasn't just her physical well-being that was undergoing a transformation. Danielle's mental and emotional journey began to align with her external changes, and the lessons she had learned throughout her life about strength, resilience, and self-expression were more relevant than ever before. And it wasn't long before her talents would be recognized by a much larger audience, as a new chapter awaited her on American Pickers, where her personality and knowledge would make her a beloved figure. Danielle Colby's big break, how she became an essential part of American Pickers. Danielle Colby's life took an unexpected and transformative turn in 2010 when she became the office manager for American Pickers, a show that would forever alter the course of her career. Initially, her role seemed like a behind-the-scenes one, managing the daily logistics, fielding phone calls, and keeping the operations running smoothly. However, as American Pickers began to skyrocket in popularity, Danielle's presence became something much more impactful, cementing her as a core part of the show's appeal. When Danielle first joined the team, the show was still in its early stages, and the primary focus was on Mike Wolfe and Frank Fritz, the co-hosts and antique hunting partners. Danielle's relationship with them was initially defined by her supporting role, but it quickly became evident that her expertise, personality, and contributions were far more valuable than mere office management. Her wit, charm, and encyclopedic knowledge of antiques quickly earned her the respect of viewers and her co-stars alike. It wasn't long before Danielle's role evolved. As the show's popularity exploded, so did her screen presence. In 2011, just a year after American Pickers debuted, Danielle began stepping out from behind the desk and into the field. Her deep knowledge of antiques, coupled with her eye for spotting valuable items, made her an indispensable asset during treasure hunts. In addition to assisting with logistical matters, she began advising on the authenticity and value of finds, offering historical context and stories that enrich the show's narrative. Danielle's contribution wasn't just technical, it was emotional, too. Her realness and no-nonsense attitude stood in stark contrast to the often manicured personas of reality TV stars, making her relatable and authentic to viewers. Throughout the years, Danielle formed a dynamic partnership with Mike Wolfe and Frank Fritz. While Mike was often the visionary behind the scenes and Frank was the more hands-on, adventurous picker, Danielle served as the glue that held everything together. Their relationship, both on and off camera, was one of mutual respect, camaraderie, and genuine friendship. Fans grew to love the trio for their camaraderie and trust in each other, and Danielle's strong, independent personality became a fan favorite. Whether she was delivering witty one-liners or stepping up in a moment of crisis, Danielle was never just an accessory to the action. She became a pivotal part of the show's success. Among the many memorable moments Danielle brought to the show, one of the most iconic was her fearless attitude toward taking on challenges. She wasn't afraid to go toe-to-toe with potential sellers, negotiate deals, and show a little sass when necessary. But it wasn't just her tough side that endeared her to fans, her candidness and vulnerability made her all the more relatable. Danielle was unapologetically herself, unafraid to show her imperfections and raw emotions. She wasn't just a character on the show, she was an empowering figure, particularly for women watching who saw in her the strength and confidence they aspired to. However, as American Pickers continued its successful run, Danielle's path began to diverge. In 2020, after 10 years with the show, she made the decision to leave. While her sudden exit from the show came as a surprise to many fans, it wasn't the end of her journey, it was simply a pivot to something new. The show had brought her fame and adoration, but it was her health struggles that would truly define the next phase of her life. But before that, what happened to her after American Pickers? Life after American Pickers. Following her departure from American Pickers, many wondered what Danielle K's next move would be. Instead of fading into obscurity like so many reality stars do, Danielle proved to be anything but predictable. Danielle's return to the burlesque scene marked the beginning of her next chapter. But this was no ordinary return. Gone were the days of simply performing as a job. Danielle embraced the stage as a sanctuary for her creativity, using it as a platform for self-expression, and more importantly, as a means of inspiring others. Her performances became bold and unapologetic, reflecting not only her artistic vision but also her personal journey toward embracing confidence and authenticity. As she moved with grace and power on stage, her audiences saw someone more than just a performer. They saw a woman who was redefining her own narrative. But Danielle's post-American Pickers life wasn't just about burlesque. It was during this period of reinvention that she turned her focus to advocacy, harnessing the power of her growing social media presence to address crucial social issues. From women's health to body positivity, Danielle used her voice to raise awareness and encourage people, particularly women, to take ownership of their bodies and their stories. She became an outspoken advocate for self-empowerment, frequently sharing her own struggles and triumphs with her followers, which made her even more relatable to them. For Danielle, this phase was about much more than career success. It was about reclaiming her sense of identity, embracing vulnerability, and boldly confronting the challenges life threw her way. She showed the world that it was possible to rise above adversity, to celebrate imperfections, and to own one's narrative. Yet just as Danielle was finding a new rhythm and boldly stepping into her power, life threw her an unexpected curveball, a serious health crisis. Something she never anticipated forced her to take a step back and reassess everything. Danielle Colby's health crisis, battling uterine fibroids with courage and strength. In 2024, Danielle's life took an unexpected turn when she was diagnosed with uterine fibroids, a condition that brought debilitating pain and forced her to face a difficult and life-changing journey. On October 1st, Danielle took to Instagram to share a heartfelt message with her followers, opening up about her unforeseen health issues and the need for an upcoming surgery. However, at that time, she left her fans in suspense, offering only vague details about her condition. Concerned followers quickly flooded the comments, asking if she was okay and sending healing messages. But Danielle kept her cards close to her chest. It wasn't until 3 weeks later that Danielle provided a more in-depth update, revealing the full extent of her struggle. In a raw and vulnerable post, she shared an image of herself sitting in a hospital chair, hooked up to medical equipment, still wearing a surgical mask. Despite the grim setting, Danielle managed to appear calm and positive, a testament to her unshakable spirit. She explained that her health issues began when she experienced intense menstrual pain, which prompted her to seek medical attention. What she initially thought might be a minor issue turned out to be much more serious. Her doctor diagnosed her with uterine fibroids, and the severity of the situation quickly became clear. According to the doctors, the fibroids had been there for some time. If she had prioritized her health, they could have been detected on time. At first, Danielle had hoped the pain was something she could live with, even joking that maybe she just had a bumpy uterus. But her doctor was quick to correct her, explaining that the fibroids were significant enough to warrant surgery. Danielle's condition was so advanced that, regardless of the outcome of the biopsy, she would need to undergo a hysterectomy to remove her uterus entirely. This was a devastating blow, but Danielle faced it with the kind of strength and resilience that has always defined her. In her update, Danielle shared the pain she was experiencing on a daily basis, including the difficulty she had sleeping due to the constant discomfort. She revealed that she had been bleeding for 2 months straight and the toll this had taken on her, both physically and emotionally. "It's impossible for me to sleep right now for any length of time because of the pain that I feel," she wrote, offering a glimpse into the harsh realities of living with such a condition. But even in the midst of this, Danielle's fiancé Jeremy Shu emerged as her unwavering support system. She expressed deep gratitude for his dedication as he took on the responsibility of caring for her, doing household chores, and ensuring she had everything she needed during this grueling time. "From the time he wakes up in the morning, doses out my medication to me, cleans the house by himself, does the laundry, makes breakfast for me, he's been there every step of the way," she wrote, underscoring just how crucial his support had been in helping her navigate this life-altering ordeal. As the date for her surgery approached, Danielle continued to share her emotional journey with her fans, this time through a more intimate platform, Patreon. She expressed the anxiety and fear that naturally accompanied such a major procedure, but she also focused on the silver lining, the possibility of relief after years of enduring unrelenting pain. "I get to find relief from the pain I've experienced nonstop for 3 years. I get to look forward to a future where I can accomplish anything I want without having to worry about stopping down 1 week out of every month," Danielle wrote on October 24th, just before her surgery. Even in the face of fear, she maintained an optimistic outlook, telling her followers, "Everything is going to be just fine. Better than fine." Despite the emotional and physical toll of the surgery, Danielle's recovery process was swift and surprising. In the days that followed, Danielle stunned her fans and critics alike with an unexpected yet empowering move. She shared a sultry video that not only showcased a remarkable transformation in both her appearance and confidence, but also turned heads and left everyone utterly speechless. "It is shocking," Danielle Colby's sultry Halloween video stuns fans and turns heads. At 46 years old, the American Pickers star defied expectations by sharing a daring, seductive video to celebrate Halloween, despite being in the midst of recovery. The video quickly became viral, leaving fans and followers in awe of her confidence and unapologetic sensuality. In the clip, Danielle exuded an intense and captivating energy, wearing a provocative ensemble that included spiderweb-shaped tassels, a black thong, fishnet stockings, and a feathery boa that added a playful yet seductive touch. She captioned the post with a cheeky, "Happy Halloween, booze and ghouls." But it wasn't just her costume or the dance moves that captivated her audience. What truly stood out was the powerful message of confidence, self-love, and resilience she communicated in the video. The boldness of Danielle's post was especially striking considering the physical toll she had endured in recent weeks, having just undergone major surgery. Many were surprised that she would choose to share such a risque and vibrant display of herself. Some fans found themselves stunned by her transformation, commenting, "It's shocking," and expressing awe at how she embraced her body and her sensuality despite her recent health struggles. But for Danielle, the Halloween video was more than just a playful celebration, it was a declaration of strength. After facing the uncertainty and pain of surgery, she took control of her narrative, using the opportunity to showcase not only her physical transformation but also the mental and emotional growth she had undergone. In a world that often encourages people to hide their vulnerabilities, Danielle's choice to embrace hers and show off her post-surgery confidence was empowering both for her and for her followers. As she danced and moved with renewed vigor, it was clear that this was more than just a Halloween costume, it was a powerful statement about embracing every part of who you are, no matter the challenges life throws your way. Fans divided, praise and criticism over Danielle Colby's video. Danielle's Halloween video sparked a whirlwind of reactions online, leading her fans and followers divided over its content. Some were quick to praise her for the undeniable confidence she exuded, while others expressed concern over the revealing nature of the video, questioning whether it aligned with the empowering message she had shared in the past. For those who supported her, Danielle's video was a powerful reminder of her strength and resilience, especially after undergoing significant life changes. Many admired her for embracing the transformation she'd undergone, particularly after her surgery, and for confidently showing the world the results of her hard-fought battle. One fan gushed, "Danielle, you are an absolute inspiration. This is what confidence looks like after a hard battle. You're amazing." Another echoed similar sentiments, writing, "I love seeing this side of you again. Your journey has been incredible, and this video is a testament to your resilience." A third admirer shared, "You're showing all of us that pain doesn't define us. This is a powerful statement, Danielle." And a fourth added, "I've been following your journey and I'm so proud of how far you've come. This video shows just how strong you really are." But as with any bold decision shared on social media, not all reactions were positive. Some followers felt the video took things too far, questioning whether it was in line with the deeper, more meaningful journey Danielle had previously shared. For these fans, the focus on her appearance seemed at odds with the empowerment she had long promoted in her story. One concerned follower expressed, "Danielle, I love your strength, but this feels a bit too much. You don't need to share this to show your worth." Another added, "It's great that you're feeling better, but I don't know if this kind of video represents what you've been through." A third commenter voiced similar doubts, stating, "You've come so far, but this just feels like you're focused too much on the superficial side of things." And a fourth echoed the sentiment, writing, "This is not the role model I expected. I thought your journey was about health and healing, not showing off your body." The contrast between these two schools of thought is a reflection of the ongoing struggle many face when it comes to balancing self-expression with societal expectations. Danielle's journey, once focused on overcoming significant obstacles to her health, has evolved into something more complex, a personal transformation that encompasses both her physical and emotional growth. As a result, her latest video stirred more than just admiration or concern, it sparked an essential conversation about what it means to embrace one's body, strength, and identity in a world that is constantly judging. While these divided reactions were expected, Danielle's ability to rise above criticism and continue living life on her own terms only fuels her determination to push forward. Looking ahead, what's next for Danielle Colby? With the major surgery behind her, Danielle Colby finds herself looking ahead to a future brimming with possibilities. The challenging experience, which once seemed like an insurmountable obstacle, has ultimately unlocked a new chapter in her life, one filled with hope, growth, and a renewed sense of purpose. Far from being defined by her past, including her well-known role on American Pickers, Danielle is now ready to venture into uncharted waters, armed with both self-confidence and an unwavering commitment to advocate for women's health and body positivity. Her journey through recovery has not just been physical, but deeply transformative on a personal level. As she continues to heal, Danielle finds herself increasingly focused on her passion for burlesque performances, a part of her identity she has long cherished. The stage, with its power to empower and inspire, is calling her back, and she's eager to return. But it's not just about the performances, it's about sharing her story with others. Danielle's experiences have uniquely positioned her to be a beacon of hope for women facing similar health challenges. With a new, invigorated sense of purpose, she is determined to use her platform to shine a light on the importance of women's health, self-love, and embracing one's body regardless of societal pressures. What lies ahead is anyone's guess, but one thing is certain, Danielle Colby is ready. She's poised for the next phase of her life with an open heart and an unyielding spirit. And as she steps into this new chapter, there's no telling just how far she will go or how many lives she will touch along the way. The future is wide open, and for Danielle, it's a stage set for greatness. She is no longer just a woman in the spotlight, she's a force of nature, ready to carve out a space where she and others can be unapologetically bold, authentic, and free. The best part? This is only the beginning. What do you think about Danielle's transformation? Feel free to share your comments with us in the comments section. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.